Good morning. Great morning. Wonderful morning. Spectacular morning. Outstanding morning. Magnificent morning. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Oh, yes, that beautiful reminder for you, for me, for every single one of us that we get to choose our thoughts. Remember, everything is fundamentally meaningless. Everything just is. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. And we get to choose what all of that means. Remember, that's your greatest power, your agency, your ability to act or be acted upon. Act meaning choose your thoughts, how you're moving information in your mind. And with that great power, if you use it, see, that's the key component, you'll be able to change the frequency that you're on. And what's that frequency? Ah, yes, feeling. Just like what Neville Goddard shares about feeling, how feeling is the secret. When you learn how to control the feelings that are on the stage, oh my gosh, you control your life. Now, here, it's one thing to know that, but it's another thing to experience that. And this is what we are hoping that you get. As Dolly and I here have been working on ourselves so beautifully to make changes inside, this is why we put this together for you, to help you to understand the power that's in you, to help you to access that strength, that incredible fortitude that's available for you. But again, guess who has to do that for you? Guess who has to make that change for you in your life? See, it's you. It's always going to be you. It's never going to be anybody else but you. You meaning the true essence of who you are. So, with that being said, make sure you're here with a goal. Do not underestimate the power of a gold card. It's something that can help you tremendously to lock into a frequency. And if you do lock into it, it'll start changing your outer world. And Bob Proctor would say that if you write it on a gold card, it must happen. Now, remember though, him saying that was based on the assumption that you were one with the idea. And that's another little reminder and tidbit here to help you to make change. And that is, yes, you must be one with the idea in order for it to be made manifest. Now, think about how beautiful that is. This applies for everything. All the things that are in the room you're in right now that were made were there because someone was one with the idea. They didn't think of it as something intellectual, like, oh, yeah, that would be nice. No, they were loyal to the unseen reality. And because of that loyalty, it led to the change. See, they thought in a certain way, which led to they acted in a certain way, as what Wallace Wattles talks about in the science of getting rich. And that's what we love from what we've learned from Bob Proctor and what we use to implement all of this. And that's in thinking into results. That's something that not only myself, but also Dolly have worked together to embody. And we hope that you, because of our experience and us sharing that with you, are engaging with that yourself. Now, what have we been studying? We've been studying this, the Master Key System. And boy, has it been an incredible journey, hasn't it? Using this information. And by the way, those of you who are new here, who have come into this, I want to share something with you. Do not try to catch up. Okay. I want you to trust in this. Okay. Trust that you're going to hear exactly what you need to hear when you need to hear it. Don't try to catch up. If you do, you're going to feel this incredible sense of overwhelm. It's not going to serve you. Right now, you're going to hear exactly what you need to hear. So, with that being said, Just allow it to flow in and to and through you. Okay. So here, Master Key System, it'll help you tremendously. Now, yes, there are some other books that we have for you available to help you to organize your mind, of which Subconscious Code is a cool book that will help you to get a model of your mind. Now, why that's important is because we think in pictures. When you have an image of something, it gives you clarity. Remember, clarity gives you power. So use that in combination with what we're going to. Okay, now let's dive into this, shall we? Let's go to where we are in the Master Key System. So here we talked about this in the last session. Here we're on page 158. Scroll up to go to the next page. And a question that was asked by Charles Haanel in the Master Key System to remind you of what it was, because we talked about it in the previous chapters, is, what is the imagination? Now remember, imagination is the starting point of all creation, and you have one. Your imagination is the only weapon that you have to combat what's happening in your life, to combat and shift the trajectory of your life. Now, the answer that he wrote here is imagination is a form of constructive thought. Constructive thought. The light by which we, you, me, all of us, penetrate new worlds of thought and experience. Now, notice that new worlds of thought and experiences. Just look at all the things that are in the room you're in right now that were made. Look at the device that you're watching this on, whether it's your computer or your phone. And the thing I want you to see, the thing that he wants you to see, is that that physical thing that you are looking at right now was at one time not in existence as a physical thing. It was in the mind of someone. It was in the invisible realm of thought. It was in the inner world of someone. Someone saw it as an image, and from there they were loyal to that unseen reality, which led to you having that device. You actually having that device was because you imagined it first. The mighty instrument by which every inventor, discoverer opened the way from precedent to experience is what the imagination is. And again, you have one. And you get to use yours however you want to use it. Think about that. That's incredible. That's what you have in you. That's an instrument that you have. It's a tool. This reminds me of many beautiful statements shared by Neville Goddard and Bob Proctor, Thomas Troward, James Allen, Genevieve Burend, about how imagination is the number one influence about what your future is going to be like. It's not the knowledge you have. And you'll see this. People who have degrees, they have this degree, this degree, this degree, they have all this incredible knowledge, yet for some reason, and we know what the reason is, but for them, they don't know what the reason is. For some reason, they're not able to accomplish a lot, even though they have incredible knowledge, intellectually smart. Well, what's the reason? Well, when you tie into understanding that there are also people who don't have that intellectual knowledge, who do deliver incredible outcomes, you got to think about, well, what's the difference between the two? It's not, it doesn't have anything to do with knowledge, because if knowledge was the answer, they would have the outcome. And if knowledge was the answer, then the ones who don't have the knowledge wouldn't have the outcome. And you'll find that the answer lies in their imagination. Your imagination is the number one influence about what the outcomes of your life will be, what your destiny will be. And this poses a problem because we've been conditioned to think and believe that knowledge is power. It's not. Power lies in belief. That belief comes from an evaluation of the images that you move through your mind. That's your reasoning faculty. So, again, what is the imagination? Remember, you have an imagination. It's a form of constructive thought, the light by which we penetrate new worlds of thought and experience, the mighty instrument by which every, emphasize every, inventor or discoverer opened the way from precedent to experience, and you can shift your precedent to a new experience through the active use of your imagination, not the passive use, the intentional use of imagining great things for yourself.